Before Reddit, before Twitter, before the internet as we know it today, there was Ni-chan. Ni-chan was Japan's largest anonymous message board. Imagine millions of people all posting anonymously, discussing everything from tech problems to relationship drama to the paranormal. No usernames, no profiles, just raw, unfiltered conversation. One of the most active boards was the occult board, a place where people share unusual stuff. And the rule is simple. If something weird is happening to you right now, post about it, live as it happens. And other users will try to help you figure out what's going on. That night, a user appeared. At 11:14 p.m., she posted,
"This might just be my imagination, but is it okay if I post?"
The thread responds,
Go ahead. What's going on?
Nobody knew it then, but this single post was about to create one of Japan's most famous urban legends. A legend about a train station that doesn't exist. A legend about a girl who was never seen again. This is the story of Kisaragi Station. 4 minutes later, at 11:18 p.m., she posted again.
"I've been riding the train for a little while now, and something's strange."
The user, who would later identify herself with the handle Hasumi, was on her usual commute home. The Enshu Railway in Shizuoka Prefecture, a small private railway line, nothing special. She'd taken this train hundreds of times, but tonight was different. At 11:23 p.m., she wrote,
"It's the same train I always take, but it hasn't stopped at a station for about 20 minutes. It always stops after 5 minutes or 7 or 8 minutes at the most. The only people riding it are me and 5 others, but they're all asleep."
Now, if you know anything about Japanese trains, you know this is weird. The Enshu Railway doesn't have express trains. Every train stops at every station, always. That's just how it works. The Ni-chan users immediately jump in.
You sure it's not an express train or anything? High-speed train?
At 11:29 p.m., Hasumi replied,
"Like you've said, there's the possibility that I've gotten on the wrong train. I'll hang in there a little longer. If something else weird happens, I think I'll ask you guys for advice."
But the advice comes faster than she expects. At 11:35 p.m., someone suggests,
"Well, for now, why don't you go to the front and find the conductor?"
5 minutes later,
It'd be terrible if something happened to the conductor. Go check on him.
so she does. She walks to the front of the train, and this is where things get even stranger. At midnight exactly, she posts,
"There are blinds or something over the windows, so I couldn't see any conductor. I'm on Shizuoka's private railroad."
the conductor's cabin is sealed off. Blinds drawn, no response when she knocks, and all around her, the other passengers are still sleeping, not stirring, not waking up. The train keeps moving through the darkness. A user asks,
Can you see what's outside the window? Like names of other stations you pass by or something?
At 12:19 a.m., Hasumi responds,
"We've slowed down a bit since coming out of the tunnel. Although there isn't usually a tunnel. It's the train that starts at Shin Hamamatsu Station."
a tunnel, on a route that doesn't have tunnels. And then finally, the train begins to slow down. At 12:23 a.m., she writes,
"It looks like we're going to stop at a station."
the thread explodes with responses.
You're not going to get off, are you? Stay on until the final destination.
But it's too late. At 12:25 a.m., she posts,
"We're stopped at Kisaragi Station now." Should I get off? I've never seen or heard of this station before.
Kisaragi Station. The users immediately start searching. Google, railway databases, maps, station directories. One user responds,
You should definitely get off.
another at 12:30 a.m.
I can't find anything on Kisaragi Station. Anyway, that means Hasumi's train has been going for an hour?
At 12:32 a.m.
Kisaragi Station's not turning up anywhere.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Kisaragi Station doesn't exist on any map, any schedule, any record. And by the time the thread figures this out, at 12:29 a.m., Hasumi had already posted,
I got off. It's an unmanned station. The train I was on left at 11:40, I believe.
she's already off the train, standing on a platform that shouldn't exist. And the train, her only way back, pulls away and disappears into the night. She's alone. At 12:34 a.m., she posts,
I thought I'd try taking the train back, so I looked for a timetable, but I couldn't find one. The train's still here. Would it be safer to get back on? And as I wrote that, the train left.
the thread is now fully invested. Dozens of users watching in real time as this woman is stranded at a station that doesn't exist. Someone suggests,
Are there any buildings nearby that look like there may be people in them? It's cold, so take care of yourself.
at 12:36 a.m., Hasumi replies,
I'll leave the station and look for a taxi or something. Thank you.
but this is rural Japan, past midnight, at an unmanned station in the middle of nowhere. A user warns,
The last train of the night, arriving at an unmanned station, I doubt it will be easy to find a taxi.
5 minutes later, at 12:41 a.m.,
There was no taxi or anything. What should I do?
the panic is starting to set in. You can feel it in her messages. Shorter, more desperate. The thread tries to help.
Find a station attendant or go to a police box.
Call police.
How about calling a taxi company?
At 12:48 a.m., she writes,
I called my house and asked my parents to come pick me up, but they don't seem to know where Kisaragi Station is either. They said they'd look it up on a map and come get me, but I'm kind of scared.
Think about that for a moment. Her parents can't find it either. This station, this place she's standing in, it doesn't exist on any map. A user asks,
What about the other people? Were you the only one to get off the train?
at 12:53 a.m., Hasumi responds,
I looked for a public phone, but there isn't one. The other people didn't get off the train, so I'm alone now. The station is definitely called Kisaragi.
completely alone, in a place that shouldn't exist. The users suggest she leave the station, follow the road, try to find civilization. So she does. She starts walking. At 1:01 a.m.,
What do you mean by a game? The next and previous stations aren't written anywhere.
at 1:12 a.m.,
You're right. I panicked and didn't realize that. I'll walk along the highway and wait for my parents to call. I just tried to look up info on the town via iMode, but I kept getting an error. I want to go home.
at 1:18 a.m.,
There's really nothing nearby. All I can see are fields and mountains. But I think if I can find and follow the highway, I can get home, so I'll try my best. Thank you.
fields, mountains, darkness, no buildings, no lights, nothing. She's walking along a highway in the middle of the night, her phone her only lifeline to the outside world, to these strangers on the internet who are trying to help her. Users express concern.
Will cell phone signals reach a place that has nothing there? I think you should stay at the station.
Still, maybe it was safer to wait at the station until sunrise.
But she's already committed. She's walking, moving forward. Because what else can she do? At 1:30 a.m., she posts,
I got a call from my dad. We talked for a while, and he told me that if I really didn't know where I was, I should call the police. I'm a little hesitant, but I guess I'll call them and ask them to come get me.
Good, the police, someone official, someone who can help. But at 1:55 a.m., she writes,
I called 110 and tried my hardest to explain my current situation, but they thought it was a prank and got mad at me. I was afraid, so I apologized.
The police thought she was lying, making it up, a prank call. And then she hears something. At 1:57 a.m.,
I can hear something that sounds like taiko drums in the distance, as well as what I think are bells. I honestly don't know what to do anymore.
drums, bells, in the middle of nowhere, past 2 a.m. Someone advises,
For now, just go back to the station, Hasumi. If you get lost, going back to where you started is the best thing to do.
Another user questions.
Taiko drums and bells?
Someone else suggests,
They're just having a festival or something.
but there's no festival. Not here, not now. At 2:01 a.m., Hasumi writes,
You may think I'm lying, but I'm so frightened I can't look behind me. I want to go back to the station, but I can't turn around.
she can't turn around. Something is behind her. She can feel it.
Run! Don't you dare turn back.
You can't head back to the station anymore. You'll get taken away. Just run for the tunnel. It should be closer than you think.
And then, at 2:09 a.m., she posts,
I heard someone behind me shout, Hey! It's dangerous to walk along the highway. Stop that. I thought it might have been the station attendant, but when I turned around, there was a man with only one leg standing about 10 meters behind me. Then he disappeared. I'm so scared. I can't move.
a one-legged man shouting at her, and then vanishing.
That's why I told you not to turn back. Run.
It must have been a man who lost his leg on that highway.
At 2:13 a.m.,
I can't walk anymore, and I can't run. The sound of taiko drums is getting closer.
at 2:20 a.m., she writes,
I'm still alive. I'm bleeding from when I fell. I don't want to die yet.
she fell. Her shoe broke. She's injured. And whatever is making those drum sounds is getting closer. A user comments grimly,
Well, one thing's for sure. Things aren't going to get better anytime soon.
at 2:35 a.m.
I called my house. My dad said he'd call the police, but the sound is getting closer.
Someone warns.
Just pray that the sound isn't coming from the train. Though it may be too late.
She keeps moving, limping, desperate. And finally, at 2:45 a.m., she posts,
I somehow made it to the entrance to the tunnel. The name is Isakan. The sound is getting closer, so I think I'll summon up some courage and head through the tunnel. If I make it out safe and sound, I'll post again.
a tunnel, named Isakan. A name that, like Kisaragi Station, doesn't appear on any map. The thread holds its breath.
Good luck.
Another user writes ominously,
This is the end. The train and the station are gone. There's nowhere left to return to. No one to follow. The sound you hear is an illusion you're creating yourself. Run to the other side of the tunnel. If you stop, you'll be trapped between worlds, left to suffer.
25 minutes pass. No response. The thread is refreshing, waiting, hoping, and then, at 3:10 a.m., she posts,
I'm out of the tunnel. There's someone standing in the distance. It looks like I was right to follow your advice. Thank you. I've been crying so my face is a mess. I could be mistaken for a monster.
Relief floods the thread. She made it through. She's okay. There's someone there who can help. But the users aren't so sure.
Wait, Hasumi! Keep away!
Stop, I tell you. That's not good. Someone standing there at this time of night? That's suspicious.
Too late. At 3:20 a.m., she writes,
Sorry for worrying you. This very kind person has offered to give me a ride to the closest station. There's apparently something like a business hotel there. Thank you all so much.
A stranger in the middle of nowhere at 3 a.m., offering her a ride.
Is he really kind? He might be scarier than anything else.
Where are you? Ask the kind person the name of the town.
That person sounds fishy. Why would he be next to the highway at this time? I'm sure he was disposing of a body or something. When he met you, Hasumi, run.
But she's already in the car. At 3:29 a.m., she posts,
When I asked him what the name of this place is, he said it's called Hina? I don't know if you'll believe me.
Hina, another name no one can find.
Hasumin, get out of the car.
At 3:37 a.m.,
We've been heading towards the mountains. I can't imagine there's a place to leave a car there. He won't speak at all anymore.
driving deeper into the mountains. The man has stopped talking, and Hasumi is trapped in a car with a stranger heading somewhere unknown.
Nothing good can come from meeting a creep this late at night.
Hasumin, this is bad. Did you tell your parents that you made it through the tunnel?
Miss Hasumi, please dial 110. These may be your last words.
At 3:44 a.m., she posts,
My battery's almost out. Things are getting strange, so I'll look for my chance and run. He started mumbling nonsense to himself. I'll make my move. This will be my last post.
3:44 a.m. Her last post. And then, silence. Hasumi never posted again. The thread stayed active for days, weeks even. People kept checking back, hoping she'd update, hoping for some sign, hoping for anything. But there was nothing, just silence. In 2011, 7 years later, someone claiming to be Hasumi appeared on an urban legend website. They said they'd made it home safely, that everything was fine, that it had all been a misunderstanding, but the post was brief, vague. The details didn't quite match. The tone felt different. Was it really her or someone else? We'll never know. There are things about that night that don't add up. Things that keep people awake, scrolling through that archived thread, trying to make sense of it all. Why didn't anyone else on the train notice? 5 other passengers, all sleeping, all of them. What are the odds? The tunnel. There's no tunnel on the Enshu Railway. Every route map, every railway document, every local resident will tell you there's no tunnel. So what did she go through? The one-legged man, standing there, shouting, then vanishing. What was he? A ghost? A warning? A memory of something that happened on that highway long ago? Andy-Sakan Tunnel. Search for it. You won't find it. No records, no maps, no photographs. It doesn't exist. But she was there. She described it. She walked through it. The stranger who picked her up at 3 a.m., who drives mountain roads in the middle of the night, who offers rides to terrified young women covered in dirt and blood. And why was he heading deeper into the mountains, away from any town, any help? But here's what really haunts me. Here's the question nobody can answer. Where did the train come from? Think about it. Hasumi got on at Shin Hamamatsu at 11:40 p.m., a normal train on a normal night. She'd taken it hundreds of times, same route, same train, nothing unusual. But somewhere between the station she knew and Kisaragi Station, that train changed. It went somewhere it shouldn't have been able to go. It found a station that doesn't exist. So was it the same train? Or did it become something else? 20 years later, the Enshu Railway still gets inquiries about Kisaragi Station. Urban explorers search the mountain roads. People examine old railway maps, looking for abandoned stations, forgotten tunnels, anything that might explain it. The story inspired a movie, manga, video games. It became part of Japan's cultural consciousness. Every Japanese person who's heard of it has, at some point, checked their train route, just to be sure. And late at night, when you're on a train that's running a little behind schedule, when you're tired and the lights are dim and you're the only one awake, you might find yourself counting the stops, making sure you recognize every station name, making sure the train is going where it should. Because the thing about Kisaragi Station isn't just that it might exist, it's that you might find it. Not because you're looking for it, not because you did anything wrong, just because on the wrong night, at the wrong time, the train you're on takes a turn it shouldn't, goes through a tunnel that wasn't there before, and stops at a platform with a name you've never heard. And when that happens, when you see that unfamiliar sign through the foggy window, you have to make a choice. The same choice Hasumi made. Do you get off? Do you stay on? What would you choose?